Today, we are finally done with the summer 2025 anime season. I say finally with a little excitement because I'm looking forward, but also a little bit of sadness because there were some great anime throughout this anime season, and it's time for me to judge them based on my own personal preference, judge them with a little bit of criticism to determine where I would rank them. There's been a lot that I haven't seen. All right, I'm gonna say that off rip. There's been a lot that I have seen. I watched like maybe 20-ish anime. I also included a few that were holdovers from the previous season. And we're just gonna kind of judge it all. We're gonna say what was the best and what was not so much. And I'm gonna be harsh about it, I think. Not really. We'll see. Also, I will put them in order of how I felt they should be ranked. Like first, second, third, and stuff you'll see within the S tiers. If anything even makes it to S tier, who knows what will happen. So click the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel because I'll be watching a bunch of anime in the next anime season as well. You'll see my all trailers reaction popping up any minute. And when you see that pop up, make sure you check out all my reactions to all those trailers. All right, let's check it out. First of all, what I like to start off with is just slapping everything in the NA that I did not watch.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, man.
Leviathan. It's from Studio Orange. I would have probably watched it had I had the time, but again, there's just so much anime during this anime season. It's hard for me to, you know, watch so much anime. So what are we reduced to? We are reduced to 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times 2, 22 plus 4 is 26.
We're reduced to 26 anime. So we're gonna start off with the one that I've only seen 2 episodes of. This is the one that I watched the very least of, and that's because I just watched the first 2 episodes of it today. That is The Water Magician. All right. I can't give you a full rating of it. It's available to the freshest tier patrons because I said, hey, basically I will watch one more show that I did not watch during this anime season, and I'll make it available exclusively to Patreon in that tier. I think we're gonna bring it to YouTube as well. We'll probably bring it soon, but this is voted on by Patreon. In 2 episodes, honestly, B tier for the first 2 episodes. I actually really like the first 2 episodes. I think it sets up a lot. It sets it up in a way that seems pretty interesting, right? Like him meeting this fairy king and then the dragon talking to him, a little coincidental, but maybe it has something to do with that eternal youth. Meeting Abel and then like that prying him out of his forest to bring him to the new world. But he does some training to get better, and he's probably gonna have some shit that's like way better than anybody else. So I'm excited to see it, man. I think it's an interesting little start to it, an interesting world. That's just my opinion on it, but let me know yours. The other one that we're gonna put in here is Nukitashi, and that one's going straight F tier. What? F tier for that is fucked up. It literally started off, essentially had a rape scene, and not in a like, oh, these guys are bad guys, but they're like the student council. It's not like these are terrible fucking people. They're not Griffith, you know what I mean? They're not like absolutely horrible fucking people, but they did an absolutely horrible thing. It's kind of crazy. They weren't monsters. They're supposed to be students at a fucking school. And for that, I dropped the show instantly. I know there's so many horny people within my community that want the horny shit because they're so fucking horny. They got to goon so hard, right? But I just can't. I just can't watch a show that literally has it essentially kind of glorified the rape, which is really weird. Once that shit happens, I'm like, yeah, I'm out. So if they didn't do that, I probably would have kept going because it's basically like about a horny city where everyone's fucking all the time. All right, next up, City, the animation. Now, keep in mind, there's still 1 episode left of City, the animation, and I have a fully formed opinion on it. B tier. I think it's really, really funny. I think that there are some like good relationships between characters. Like the 2 best friends with the one having to move. Like that is great. I love that. But a lot of it is very like kind of like slow life, daily life, very Nichijou-esque. No surprise, obviously. And just like some good bits. Some jokes don't really land for me personally. Some jokes don't really land. Some jokes are absolutely hilarious. So solid B tier. I think it's really good. I think it's a good show. Animation's phenomenal. If we were going based on the openings, I love the opening for this. Next up, Cleave Test, A tier. Cleave Test was very, very interesting. And I think the very start of it, very interesting. And the very end of it, very interesting, setting up so much stuff to go forward. A lot of the stuff in the middle is kind of like playing out this story that was intriguing. It did have its moments that are kind of slower and less exciting as the pace of it kind of just like goes on. There's a little bit of a slow burn as to what the actual story is for the first season. But once you get to the end of season 1, you see what they've set up going forward. I think future seasons of the show are going to be even better. It is very intriguing, extremely intriguing, in fact. And I can't wait to watch more of it. A tier, easily the show that that came out of nowhere. I did not expect this to happen with this show. It came out of absolutely nowhere. I heard nothing of it at all. I loved the animation for it. It had a very old like cell animation vibe. It gave off like a more 90s animation to it, and I just found it so beautiful. The music, oh my god, if we're talking OPED, it's gonna be a different place. But yeah, I loved the show. I loved it. I thought it was really, really good. Dandadan, there's not much to say. S tier. It's phenomenal. Dandadan, every single time somebody asks me, hey, what's your favorite anime of the summer 2025 animes? It's Dandadan. Dandadan's the one. It is amazing. It is one of my favorite anime ever already in 2 seasons. It is weird. It is funny, in my opinion. Maybe you don't find it funny. I do. I love the romance. I love all the characters, their interactions with one another, the bonds formed, the fact that there are like supernatural powers and there's like aliens and ghosts and all this weird shit. And it's just so weird. And I love it. I love Dandadan so much. Can't wait for a new season. Gonna probably be a while. Science Star's got a lot on their plate, but Dandadan's just amazing. It is my favorite anime of this anime season. Next up, Grand Blue. My hot take for Grand Blue, C tier. Listen, it's got some funny moments, but all in all, it's just like trying to do some funny stuff and like either it hits or it doesn't. And more often than not, I think it just didn't hit for me. That's my own personal opinion. I'm sure if you watch my reactions, you probably could tell that like there are parts of it that I just like, they didn't really love and I was like kind of okay on. And then, I mean, some jokes really hit for me. Some jokes I found really funny, but City is easily the funnier show for me. I just didn't think that there were as many funny moments in Grand Blue to really like bring it up a tier. C tier for me. I thought it was fine. It was okay. Next up, The Summer Hikaru Died. This show was on my radar before this anime started. It was on my radar because I had heard of it before, right? I even own a volume of it. You see this very light blue sliver right there in my bookshelf? That is volume 1 of The Summer Hikaru Died. And even though it was on my radar, it completely took me by surprise. I had no clue it was going to be as amazing as it is. It is top 3 for me in this anime season. It is completely surprising. I did not see this happening. For shows that started in this anime season, it is easily top 3. It has been absolutely phenomenal. Animation, direction, everything in it, the story overall, man. A lot of people are gonna hate on it. There are gonna be people watching this video that are like, oh no, gay, I won't watch. And if that's what you are, then that's what you are. It's closed-minded. I'm more enlightened. I have a more open mind than you. And that's just what it is. It's just the facts of the matter. I've watched BL before, and as long as it's a good romance, I'm cool with it. This show wasn't even like full on BL. There's like hints at it. A lot of it's like more implied and like metaphorical. Like if you dig deep into it, it's like an allegory or whatever. I'm not good with words, but something along those lines. More than anything, it's just such a fucking intriguing story. So interesting. There's like this guy is dealing with his own feelings for his friend that he lost, while also having to deal with the fact that his town has like a curse and there's like evil spirits and shit that they have to deal with. And like, there's so much to unpack that I just don't want to spoil for you. Listen, if you're going to be grossed out by BL, then it's probably not going to be for you. But if you don't mind, and like I have a friend who I would not see as the type to be interested in BL, but he absolutely loves The Summer Hikaru Died. Because I think that you can look at this show as much more than just a gay relationship. Gachi Octa, also really great. I love Gachi Octa. I was earlier in the season, early on, probably first like 3-4 episodes, it would have probably been like low B tier. I was like, oh, it's just kind of like this a battle shonen anime. Sure, it's like a unique setting and stuff, but when you really look at it from the perspective that, again, like James from the Anime Savants podcast broke down for me, it is very much like a Rudo himself is what his gloves do. He is in a way, a tossed aside person who has to find his own value, who believes that he has value. And then he finds value in garbage because, again, associates himself with it. And there's a lot of beauty in that. There's also a lot of like self-reflection that we see throughout the show, which is such a rare thing for shonen anime. Action's crazy, love the animation, very interesting power system. Yeah, just overall, Gachiakta, I didn't think it would be as good as it is. When you take a moment to really reflect on it, it's really fucking good. I love Gachiakta. That's going in A tier. Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8, I'm a little torn on because there are parts of the season that are like really great. There are parts of the season, they had like 3 episodes that were like kind of training arc and explaining some shit that's like, all right, I don't really care about this. There were some episodes that really just did not hit with me. And then there were some episodes that were fucking bangers. There's still like maybe 1 or 2 more episodes. I think it's still got more to go. I don't know what we left off on. Maybe there's 1 more, 2 more. I don't know. Did we finish episode 10 of the series? Just 1 more? Okay, so just 11's next. We'll see how the season rounds out. But overall, man, I think it is a night. I'm torn between B and A. I could go higher B, lower A. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I imagine that last episode, oh, dude, last episode that came out, episode 10 was really good. And I imagine next episode is going to be really good too. I'm going to go bottom of the A tier. That's where I think I'm going to put it. It actually, last episode was really, really good. And it's going to probably play off of that and be another banger episode right after. So we'll see. Next up, we got The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Now, we still have 1 more episode. I do want to say, what is amazing about The Fragrant Flower That Blooms with Dignity is how self-aware, mature, and like kind of real people are. Very real people. I think it goes into S tier, especially with that last episode, dude. With the last episode, the confession and whatnot. Come on, dude. That was crazy. That was so good, dude. The fact that we got that confession, I'm so excited for what this show has in store for us. I don't think it's not like top of the S tier or anything, but certainly goes in the S tier. It was just so good. Night of the Living Cat. Now, Night of the Living Cat is one that I watched for maybe about 4 episodes, something like that, before I ended up dropping. It's not I didn't drop it because I didn't like it. I dropped it because it was probably the most mid and like least watched among all my reactions on even Patreon. I dropped it from Patreon because like people just weren't watching it. And I enjoyed it, but even I wasn't like, this is the best show. You know what I mean? As a cat lover, great. Fun, funny, enjoyable. Not to be taken too seriously. It's going C tier. I think it's easily like the bottom of everything that I watched this season. And again, I did end up dropping it, so take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, Sakamoto Days. Sakamoto Days was crazy this season. There has been some absolute insanity during this season of Sakamoto Days. S tier. S tier, bro. Sakamoto Days was wild this anime season. There were multiple episodes that were absolutely crazy. The peak of its hype, maybe more hype than any other show this entire season. The peak of Sakamoto's hype, I think, was higher than the peak of any other show's hype. It was absolutely wild when old man busts in the building, just fucking shit up left and right. It was crazy. That episode alone, easily the most hyped episode of this entire anime season. The only thing that contends in pure hype, maybe some Lord of the Mysteries shit. But even then, I don't know if it tops it because holy shit, man. Takamura, the old man, crazy. GOAT. Wasn't expecting it to be better than Kaiju before the season started. True. Yeah, I mean, there was season 1 definitely lacked in some regard, right? In terms of like animation and like what was happening. But I've always been sold Sakamoto on its fighting, and it delivered this season and then some. All right, next up we're gonna go with Rascal. Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus. Now, keep in mind there is still 1 episode left of this. It had ups and downs, and for me, it's going to the top of the B tier because of those ups and downs. The first like 6 episodes of the season, I just wasn't really into, but it did play to a larger picture in the end. And in that regard, I think it did do everything well. It just wasn't really for me for a lot of the season. It wasn't until like about halfway through it that like things started to happen. And I was like, wait a minute. This is kind of cool. And even to where we are now, though, I often look at this show from like a more realistic perspective and I'm like, Ain't no fucking way Mai's allowing this shit, dude. It's crazy. There's no way. And I know I shouldn't. I should look at it from the perspective of it's an anime. And also, they have this fucking adolescent syndrome, which is like, how fucking real is that? You know what I mean? But I think there is a lot of mystery to it. And in that regard, great. In the regards of like a romance series, romance specifically, I feel like this one just does not reach, like, for example, the levels of like Fragrant Flower. It just ain't at the same level as Fragrant Flower. Mystery for sure. And I think that that's more what this show is. It's more of a mystery, a supernatural mystery about girls that are absolutely in love with the main character. And yeah, for some reason, all the girls are interested in him. And he's just got to help them through their problems despite having a girlfriend who's extremely understanding. It's just kind of tough for me. I think that like there's like good dialogue. I like the dialogue between characters and stuff. It feels more human. Some dialogue in shows that we watch is just so fucking terrible. Silent Witch, Secrets of the Silent Witch. Secrets of the Silent Witch, I thought, y'all are gonna hate me for this. It's low B, I think, in my opinion. I think it's certainly got some ups to it, but it's got more things in it that I'm not really super interested in. Some things that don't really vibe with me. I think it's good, you know. I don't think it's great. It's certainly not amazing. For me personally, it's just not better than Bunny. No, I think Bunny Girl Senpai is better than Silent Witch for me personally. Yeah, it's just like shy girl, and she's like kind of got to like make friends and like get over some things, and like she's starting to fall in love with guys are falling in love with her, and like there's a little bit of mystery here and there. And like what was really like maybe my favorite episode is when we found out about the betrayal. Like that was like crazy. That was a good episode. But outside of that, it's just been kind of like, but there's cool like magic shit sometimes. And again, that one episode with the betrayal, fire. Absolutely love that one episode, in my opinion. So that's where I'm putting it. Now, again, keep in mind that the Water Magician one, I've only seen 2 episodes of. Okay, so like, I just think that with those first 2 episodes, there is potential for it to be better. Now, I'm not going to go based off of what everyone's saying. I've heard some people say that like it's great world building, very interesting. I've heard some people say, oh, it falls off in the second half. I don't know. But I thought with the first 2 episodes, it's got potential to be higher or lower. Maybe it ends up being worse than Silent Witch. Maybe it ends up being better than fucking Cleave a Test. I don't know. I would put City over Secrets of the Silent Witch for me personally. So I think this is where I'm gonna slap it. And let's just get it out of the way. One Piece is the greatest anime of all time. I'm torn. When you ask me what my favorite anime is, I've always had like a few of them, right? That I would give you as like stuff. And again, it's probably just recency bias. Is dandadan my favorite or is it One Piece? I don't know, but that's recent as fuck. I'm watching these episodes every single week, right? Ask me in 6 months to a year if dandadan's still amazing, if it's still my favorite anime. It's possible something replaces it. There's a little bit of recency bias. I will admit that. One Piece is still going to be airing, so it's probably still going to be up there, right? But One Piece, since the start of July, which is like latter half of Kuma's backstory, right? We got the end of Kuma's backstory and then everything that's happened after. That's what July's been. Kind of crazy. That final episode of the Kuma's backstory, the Nika-like future, and then the end of Kuma's backstory, Kuma showing up to punch the fuck out of the damn, oh my God, dude. Oh my God, I'm just looking here. Oh my God, peak. Dude, oh, I love One Piece so much. I really do. I really love One Piece. I don't want to rant about One Piece though. We're gonna leave it there. All right, we're gonna leave it there. So where do I put it? It's in here. It's either the first or second, I don't know. But also, One Piece I don't really count as part of this anime season, right? When I'm looking at this anime season, I'm talking about the things that started this anime season. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. It's the things that started this anime season. So even though I'm going to include To Be Hero X, Witch Watch, and One Piece, I don't really consider them as part of this anime season. I'm just telling you where I rank them because I watched them during this anime season. Does that make sense? But you can erase them from this if you want specifically just this anime season. You can erase those 3. Anyways, love One Piece. One Piece is amazing. Next up, My Dress Up Darling. Okay, My Dress Up Darling, ebbs and flows. You know, there are some really great moments. There are some like lesser moments. There are some things that you could tell they were going to set up, especially with like Akira and stuff, right? Like you can tell they were going to make her a super fan. She had no reason to hate Marin. So of course they're not going to make her hate Marin. I like season 1 more. What I will say, okay, 2-3 things that I loved about season 2. Okay. 1, growth of Gojo. Gojo recognizing that he is not this fucking weirdo, that everyone doesn't see him as a weirdo, him kind of breaking out of his shell and starting to make friends and not see himself the way that he has seen himself this entire time, shutting himself off from people because he thought that he was the weird guy that deals with the Hina dolls. Second great thing from this season of My Dress Up Darling, Marin's romantic growth. It was Marin's romantic growth for him. How much she had come to love him. Bro, all of these little things. You see the extra food that she wants to eat, the extra food she's making for him and stuff as he's putting in his effort for her, right? So cute. There are so many cute moments. And I think that, again, what kind of hindered here, there are some moments throughout the season, maybe 3 or 4 episodes, that were just kind of like, all right, okay, for me. They're just kind of, Story's a high B for me, but the absolute love that Cloverworks put in, I would put it bottom A personally. Oh, I feel you, right? It looks beautiful, for sure. Too much focus on side characters this season? I don't know, really. I wouldn't really say that they focus too much on the side characters. They gave Juju some shine, right, in those last 2 episodes. They gave Akira some shine in those last 2 episodes. I think there's mostly just that last arc. A little bit of a recency bias in that thought process. I don't think they really gave anyone else a shine during the season, as far as I can think. It's really just the end. Probably going bottom A. I'm a little bit of a My Dress Up Darling slut. I don't think it was better than Fragrant Flower this anime season. I think that it certainly had the funnier moments. It was funnier. And I also think that it probably outshined it in animation, but I think the shows are a little more different. I think one is much more of a, Fragrant Flower is much more of a serious romance. Whereas I think My Dress Up Darling is more of a rom-com. So for me, yeah, My Dress Up Darling would be top of the B's, bottom of the A's, somewhere in there. Next, we're gonna go Seventh Prince. Seventh Prince does what it does. Seventh Prince is what it is, right? That's my opinion on it. It just is what it is. It is gonna give you some cool action magic shit. It's gonna give you some thick shoulder thighs and some beautiful women. And it's gonna be, you know what it is. So for me, I'm probably gonna throw this in the B tier, maybe, I don't know where exactly, whether I wanna put it over or below. I don't know where. There was a lot of episodes of this season that were like, it really was. I think I liked the end. I really liked the end episodes. You know, seeing the backstory for the bad guy and shit. I like that. I like the first Chimera or whatever that they fought down in the tunnel with the katana. I like that shit. I like the start of the season. I liked Grimm popping off. That shit was hype. Tao and her fight. So a lot of the end of the season was cool, but there was a lot in the middle that was like kind of mid-ish. So I think actually I'm gonna go even lower. I think that Water Magician has potential to be better than this season of Seventh Prince. Again, for me personally, I only watched 2 episodes of Water Prince or Water Magician. So I don't really know where I want to put it. Whether it'll go higher or lower, I don't fucking know. All right, we'll get Taco B out of the way. Taco B S tier, okay? It's S tier, it's right about here. All right, Taco P's a completed story. For all the feelings that people will have about the ending, whether it's good or bad, for all the drama it caused within the community about wanting a little girl to die, whatever. A really great completed story. I really enjoyed it. I think it is amazing. I think it's one of the best anime of this entire year. I don't think it's the best anime of this year. Orb I am calling part of this year because it continued on from end of last into this. It would be unfair to judge Orb as an anime of just last year, cutting out the second half. So I would say that Orb is the best anime of this year. It is phenomenal. I also, in these like 11 episodes of Hikaru, I like Hikaru more than I like Takopi. I like Dandadan more. Dandadan's just up my alley. It is just fun and everything. There's just a lot of depression in Takopi's. And again, there are some issues that I have like with the way that things played out, but I don't think that it was bad by any means. I think it was really fucking great. I really enjoyed Takopi's. And for me, it is top 5 of this anime season, probably number 4 in this anime season. Again, you can exclude things like Witch Watch, To Be Hero X, and One Piece when we're talking about this anime season. I'm including it just because I watched them during this anime season, right? But they're not really part of this anime season. I would judge them based on last. Tougen Anki. Tougen Anki has, unfortunately, it suffers a little bit from just being generic. Dude, the last episode they tried to give us of Togenanki, they tried to make us feel bad for this bad guy. And he's like a piece of shit. Like, I don't care what you do to like, oh, but he didn't have family, but he was just starting a family, but he was trying to fight. He's finally, yeah, he's also like murdering people's families and like, he's a piece of shit. So like, you're not gonna make me feel guilty for this fucking guy. Togenanki actually might have to go a little higher, bro. We need to, actually, it might have to go in the F tier for the fucking cup size of every woman in the show. Cause god damn, bro, makes them thick as shit. I think I like Togenanki more than Secrets of the Silent Witch, less than Seventh Prince. Yeah, Togenanki has some episodes, has some good episodes, some cool shit. I think the direction that they go in with it and the action animation and stuff, very interesting. The fact that Homeboy is just fucking blood guns. Come on, bro. That's fucking dope as hell. I absolutely love that. That is like, that is my second favorite part of Togenanki, because again, my favorite part is how absolutely thick the women are in Togenanki. You don't know. You don't know Diana. Diana just looked at me through the damn crack. Insane. Anyways, so that's where Togenanki's gone. Next up, Witch Watch. Witch Watch, low-key kind of fell off. I think it still has funny moments and stuff, but I think City's funnier. And during this anime season, it's just been kind of lacking for me, dude. Again, it certainly has its moments, some hilarious moments, but yeah, it just doesn't really, I don't know, it's kind of fell off a little bit for me. Also with the schedule, there's like a lot of episodes just like, they just like not doing one this week, then they are doing it, and it's just like, yeah. Also, I'm not gonna lie to you, there's a part of me that like has a little bit of resentment for the series not being able to post it online, not being able to post my reactions. That always kind of plays a role in how I feel about things, right? But it doesn't mean everything to me. Example, Grand Blue, right? Grand Blue, I was able to post my reactions and it did get good views, but I still didn't really fuck with it like that, you know what I mean? It's not make or break for me. Anyways, well, let's judge Gigux short. Gigux short is hard for me to even put anywhere. Not a lot happened in it. It didn't feel like much happened at all. I didn't get the big messaging of it. I'm gonna put it in here because it aired during this time. But yeah, it just wasn't really all that for me. That's it, really. Call of the Night, I will say, was making its way to be much better than season 1. Almost all the way to the end. The thing that I'm still struggling with, and it's gonna be hard for me to get over, is the fact that bro got popped and then, I don't know, man. He got shot and then he was fine. And they're gonna chalk it up to, oh, but he started to turn into a vampire. No, I don't wanna hear that shit. I don't wanna hear, no, he started to turn into a vampire, but then he stopped? What the fuck is that? That sounds like such a fucking cop-out ass pull. It really does. It feels like they wanted to shock us at the end of that chapter, at the end of that episode with him getting shot. Oh no, what's gonna happen? And they're like, no, be fine. And I just don't fuck with that. And that really like hindered how I felt about it. So it's going to the bottom of the A tier for me. Probably over My Dress Up Darling. Probably over My Dress Up Darling. But I don't even think I put it over Kaiju. It just, that shit was so stupid to me. Had they not done that, had they done some other shit, had they, I don't know, turned him into a vampire, or had they found some other way to make him live, like, I don't even fucking know. Maybe he's in the hospital for a month or something, trying to suffer through it, and like, it's, you know, whatever, but we needed the instant fixing of Anko as well. I understand that. But I think that the way that they handled it, it just felt like such an ass pull. It kind of invalidated everything they were building towards. But again, I understand they had to deal with Anko as well. So, I don't know. That shit just ruined the momentum for me. Up to the episode where he gets shot too. It ends with him getting shot. Bro, this shit would have high A, maybe even low S. Like, it was really fucking good. It was a surprisingly good season. There was so much interesting shit happening. But yeah, I just did not like that episode at all. To Be Hero X, S tier. Fucking banger, absolute banger. Probably go over Fragrant for me personally, because again, the one thing that Fragrant lacks for me, and the one thing that I'm always gonna love, is comedy. And there is comedy in Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. It's just not really, I mean, it's not really a comedy at all. It is very much a romantic drama, and so it kind of lacks in that regard. And actually, fuck yeah, no, I'm gonna leave this here. To Be Here, I don't know, man. To Be Hero X did have, no, okay. I don't know, I'm kind of torn. To Be Hero X did have some moments that were like, but I think that in general, it was working towards something, a clash of all those storylines coming together. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I can't wait for another season, hopefully one day. Even if they give it to us all in the CG shit. I don't think CG looks bad at all. So on to the last anime. This is the last anime that we watched during this anime season. I'm pretty sure that feels about right. 26 different anime during this anime season. Lord of Mysteries. Lord of Mysteries, I'm torn. I kind of put it here. I'm torn between second and third place for the anime season. I don't like it more than dandadan because I just love dandadan. Dandadan is right up my alley in every possible way. Every possible way, dandadan is like an anime for me. I love it. It's so fucking good. So I'm torn with Lord of the Mysteries, whether I put it above or below The Summer Hikaru Died. I could see it either way. It is within my top 3 for this anime season. My top 3 for this anime season is dandadan, Lord of the Mysteries, The Summer Hikaru Died. Lord of the Mysteries is easily one of the most unique worlds I have ever seen in all of anime. It is so deep. And when I say deep, I don't mean like, whoa, deep, hashtag deep. Like, I'm not saying that. I mean like deep in terms of its depth that it has to it. The world is so unique, so interesting. There's deaths throughout the show that like just build up on things more and more. And then by the end of it, what has to happen to Klein and all that stuff is just crazy. I absolutely love the show so much. And people say it's like literally the worst of the volumes, which is just crazy. It's almost like a setup for what's to come. I'm so excited to see what happens. I loved the first season. I find it so incredibly unique. Great animation, great soundtrack, great action, great, just everything overall. It was just so fucking phenomenal. That's it, man. This is my tier list. This is the way it breaks down. What'd you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. How would you have broke it down? Where would you put stuff? You know, give me your tier list. What's the S tiers for you? The A tier, B tier? What was garbage? What did you like? There's a lot of stuff that I did not watch. Obviously, as you can tell, there's a bunch of stuff here. Where would you have put Rent a Girlfriend? Because I'm sure you watched it. You know, let me know down in the comments. Mika Dono Sisters. People love that shit. I did not watch it. But yeah, man. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, don't just leave a comment. Also, click the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more. Until next time, make sure you all keep it fresh. Peace.